Everything. Yeah, one of the things we wanted to do was we felt it was our duty to look at the sport and try to come up with ways to invite more younger people into the sport. And we said we need to break the red, white, and blue or the black, silver category or the way we've been thinking for a while. Not that that's wrong, but we said, hey, let's try to freshen it up a bit. So we came up or developed a series of boots, even from the little guys that, little 2, 3, 4, 5-year-olds that are going to get started or older, and all the way up to kind of the high school level or whatever they're going to do skating. So we came up with a category where a touring boot, a classic, sort of a combi boot, and a skate category. So we call the category the Action Series. So our ASK is our skating boot. We have the A Combi, where people are going to do a little classic, a little skate. This is sort of a compromise, but a good pick. And then a purebred classic boot in fun colors. And then, last but not least, we also have the little guy, which is kind of fun. And we think this is going to be really attractive to get the younger skiers saying, hey, maybe it's cool to go cross-country skiing because I got neat footwear on. So the response has been great. So this is, really the latest and greatest coming out from 2012.
Structurally, is there anything different about the ACL and the ASK from last year?
In skating, you can see visually we have a molded heel counter and a hinge cuff, so it doesn't impede for classic skiing, but it's really designed for skating. So you have a lot more lateral stiffness, yet the boot does flex, with the leg. The soles will be a little bit stiffer. So, as we know, the sports are very different. You use different skis, different length poles. But in classic, very much like your track spikes practically. Very soft, follows the shape of the foot, flexes early in the front. But we do have some stability in the back, which is important for classic skiing or basic touring. And then in the middle, we have the combi boot, that you can see is a little bit lower in height from a skating boot. It has a sole flex that's also on the softer side, so it helps you for classic, yet the boot is torsionally stiff so that when you're going skating you're going to have that added support. This is our latest Elite Pro skate boot, and our current boot, or the boot we've had for a couple of years, our Elite Skate, which has gained tons of notoriety on the World Cup. We've been winning all kinds of races for the last couple of years and doing great in 2012. But we learned a lot here, and what we tried with the Elite Series was actually take it up a notch. So the boot really from the bottom up is completely new, and that even includes the new Rotafella race sole. And a few things technically, if you look at the Elite boot, you can see that there's a little bit of a ramp angle to the boot where the heel is elevated, so you're a little bit in the pitch. On the new boot, on the ESK Pro, the heel actually sits lower. It's about 3 millimeters lower than the way we've done it before, and all it does is make your posture really stand much straighter on the skis. So from a technical standpoint, they can get into their crunch mode quicker, so you have a quicker turnaround. Internally, the lacing is different also. We don't have a conventional tongue in the boot. It's kind of an overlap, so that you really envelope the foot much tighter even than the Elite top boot as of today. The boot's about 10% lighter, and last but not least, you also have the ability to take the cuff off. The boot is rigid enough, so a lot of the racers at the top level in certain conditions feel that they don't need to have the cuff on the boot at all.
Have some of the World Cup racers done that yet?
We've used it. In fact, Tadej Bø, the guy that won the overall World Cup last year, he didn't use any cuff at all on his skate boots for biathlon.
Okay.
So then we have Chris Freeman, our top U.S. skier. He's been skiing in a pair without the cuff as well. We made a pair up for him. So it's very much condition that probably plays a role in personal preference. So having the ability to take it off is kind of a new thing that we'll offer also for 2012. So we're even elevating at the top level.